Goodbye, little top. There she goes. Nice, perfect. Hey guys, thought I'd bring you along for this 100-foot plus fir tree removal. It's a no cleanup job, chop and drop, chip and dip, skip and drop, whatever you guys call them. Slash and dash. Thanks, Janice. Anyways, out here on a lake. I was hoping to get a good view when we get up there to the top. We'll see. But I got quite a ways to go. The cool thing about this job is I'm wearing my Born Traeger tree jack shirt because I haven't busted that thing out in a while. So as soon as I get this thing limbed out and topped, I'm gonna come all the way down and drop this 100+ foot stick with the tree jack. Got my bag on me, attached to me here, so that I'm not burying my line down there in the limbs. Long limb Lenora. Get out of here, limb. There's a good sized limb I gotta get to travel. If I cut it back here, it's gonna peel down, and then I'm gonna, if I keep cutting it, I can keep that momentum going and push it out. But if I cut it back here, as long as I can get enough muscle on it, it'll still go that way and it'll go off clean. So let's try it. See that? There's a fence back here, like I was saying, so I gotta keep them out here. You might have also noticed that I left the saw there. I don't like to, when I do my cut, I don't like to take the saw off, because if it's still moving, I'm out here paying attention over here. I'm not looking at my saw, so I don't want to, especially a gas saw that might be idling too high. It's spinning and I'm over here doing this, and this saw's over here doing this. I always leave it in the cut. You might see that, notice I'm doing that. Here's the alternative to what I just did. I cut out here on that last one and pushed it. I'll cut back here at the collar and see the difference. Still came off about the same, but sometimes they'll hang a little longer. Then you might have to put a spur in it and push it off. This one here is out in front, so I don't want to push it anywhere. I want it to come straight down, so I'll do an undercut and then I'll do the top cut and it'll go straight down. Straight down. If I cut it back here, it could actually come back towards the fence. Throw it out there. Another thing I want to show you here is, even though I'm just going up this tree and just to chop and drop straight down, up and down, I'm still tying into the limbs above me. I'm still throwing my rope in above me so that I could sit in my harness while I'm doing all this work. Because ultimately, yeah, I could like just stay on my spurs the whole time and just maneuver around, but at the end of the day, I want to feel still like I have energy. I have stuff to do. I got to spread some gravel today. I got to dig a trench. So like, I want to feel good when I get on the ground, not like I worked. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to feel like I worked. Starting to get a little bit better lake view up here. This would be nice. Look, I'm also cutting the side of the branch first. That gets me through the branch further before it wants to break off. And I always do, I mean, almost always do it that way unless I'm intentionally peeling it, doing a peel cut. There it goes, perfect. Pretty good hang time. We're up here. It's a pretty tall tree. I still got a ways to go. So I got 100 feet of rope in this bag right here. Let's see if it runs out before it gets to the ground. Oh, halfway.
Not quite to the ground.
No, not quite to the ground. But how far off the ground is it right now?
It's about 35 feet.
35 feet off the ground. It's a 100-foot rope.
Wow.
Yeah,
Really?
I've never cut an end off of it.
Holy shit.
Yeah, and I'm getting ready to top it. I'm getting pretty close, but so yeah, it's a good 150-foot tree probably. I kind of ran out of battery a little bit. I got like barely any left, so I kind of jumped over some branches on the way up so that I had enough juice to do this little top right here at the top of it. And I got a good view out here. Look at that nice view today. And hey, the taller the stick, the cooler it will be when I fall it out here along this pathway right here. You can see here I'm down to one. Oh, a little one came up there, but it's not gonna last. Here goes the top. Maybe. There he goes. Goodbye, little top. They just glided down there. Let me see if I can get some chunks out of this real quick and on my way down. Ain't got much juice left. Tiny top. What's that?
We have the 260 if you want it.
261 now. I'm just gonna do what I can with this battery and come down. I stuck it.
I've never seen one go that perfect.
That was awesome.
Yeah.
Also left myself some nubs here so that I can double line down. I'll stay on my flip line just in case, but yeah, this way I don't have to spur all the way down. Hey, keep an eye on me at the end of my rope so I don't run out of rope and die. That's a serious concern, guys, is if you don't have a knot at the end of your rope, you can literally run this rope through your device and fall, however high you are. So I always keep an eye on the bottom of my rope. I'm kind of looking at the top to make sure I'm still over both limbs, which I'm gonna stay on both limbs there, and then but I'm mostly watching the bottom of the rope here. Now I am on my flip line too, so if I did run out of rope, really my flip line should save me. It should keep me against the tree. But you know, there are rare cases where guys, even when they're on a flip line, they still find their way to the bottom of the tree somehow. So just to always be aware of everything. I'm looking up, pausing, looking down. Still have, you know, 50 feet of rope. So, and when you're doing double line down, it takes twice as much rope, because I got a strand going up and I got a strand going down, so my rope's gonna run out fast here. So what do you do when you're out of rope? Well, you come off of your line, you go onto your flip line, and you flip line the rest of the way down. So I'll go down until I've got 5 feet left. I'm tracking it.
Yeah, you're really close.
And then I'll go onto my flip line here and I'll have to spur down the rest of the way because I don't have anything else to tie into. So that's about it. That's what I got left. So now what I'll do is come into my flip line, run my rope all the way through it. Now it's completely off my device. And I'll pull the rope out of the tree and it'll go straight down. A little fuzzy top up there. A little fuzzy butt, it's gonna hit me. Oh yeah! So now I'll just flip line down the rest of the way. You know, it's not ideal. If I had a couple limbs right here, if I would have set myself up, that would have made sense, but it also would have been blocking me as I was tossing limbs, so now we're back to just flip lining down old school. All right, game of trees. The other day you made a video on doing the Yosemite finish on the Bullen, so I was inspired by it, and of course I did it on mine. So today I ran that Bullen with the Yosemite finish. Thanks for the tip. Pretty tall stick. It should be about where I'm standing. All right here. There it is. There the tree jack is. Oh, I'm excited to use it. Ah, oh. Yeah, pretty good sized stick here. Way up there, way up there. And I'm running a 36-inch bar on the 500i. First I'm gonna use this 261. Well, you know what? I should probably do my face cut and then start my back cut and then put the jack in. So let me get to the 500i. It will be a 36-inch bar, which we'll need every bit of it for this big sucker. And I'll do my face cut, start my back cut, and then I'll use the 261 to do my back, to make my shelf. And I'll put the jack in and we'll go to town. Sorry, West Coast fellers. I did the traditional. East Coast guys, I did it for you. How we lined up? It looks actually really good.
Really good.
It's a perfect
Yeah,
almost on
little
each end.
teeny tiny
Little
Dutchman
teeny
on
little
that
guy there,
corner.
but I ain't sweating it. That,
Yeah.
The reason I chose that traditional is just because now I have a super open face cut. That's the one good thing about the traditional is it really opens that front end up.
Gives it all that travel room.
Yep. So now I'll start the back cut and get far enough in where it won't hit my jack when I start cutting again. And I'll put a wedge in there just for safety. It has it's kind of neutral, maybe slight back, but mostly neutral. I can do my back shelf now that I'm plenty far into this tree, and we could easily wedge this tree over too, but we want to use the jack, so that's why we're doing it. So all I'll do is, and that's pretty tight. Yeah, that I don't even want to bang it because the tree will probably go over. I'm not that cut up on the hinge all the way enough, but you know, we'll leave it at that. I'll put my shelf in right here. So I got to use, on my handle, we put a piece of tape on it. This is from Guilty of Treason. He showed me what he did on his video. He put a black piece of tape there, so we know how tall the jack is when we measure it.
That's smart. That makes sense.
So for example, when I have this out, my shelf needs to be perfectly fit with my jack. If it's too tall, then I'll have to put a wedge in on top of the jack, or underneath it probably, but so I need to cut to the top of my tape here when I make this shelf. We should be able to hit it with an axe and that should pop out.
Nice.
Might need to make it a little larger. I think I'll have to make it a little bit larger there. Yeah, because it's close, but let me go in a little bit more with it so the hole fits more in there. that bark's really thick, so a good wood. It's good wood here, but I still think I might have to be further in with it. Sorry.
No, you're good.
And I was too deep too. There's a lot of gap here still. But honestly, that would probably still work. Ideally, you're in a little bit further, but that's gonna be enough to push it over. And I'm gonna keep a wedge in it behind it too. It's got a 4-inch lift, so even with that gap, it's not ideal. What I could do is use a piece of this wood actually.
Use that to like
make a shelf. Let me just do that.
cool.
This is the struggle when you don't get it perfect.
My saws, when I sharpen them, they'll do the same thing where they J-cut, where they cut on a swoop.
Because I have one side of the chisels at a
Too
different length.
sharp or different length or
different
whatever.
length,
Yeah.
exactly.
No, I know. It's a really common issue.
I think we're there enough. We'll put some pressure on it and we'll see what the tree does.
Okay.
I gotta cut the hinge up just a little bit more. We'll put a little bit of pressure on it and then I'll cut the hinge up.
Okay.
Jack it now.
Okay.
All right, so we should start seeing some pressure gain. Go ahead and jack it.
Oh yeah, it's jumping pretty fast.
The wedge is still on there. Wedge is now free.
Dang, dude. Oh my God, it's a lot of lift.
Yeah, keep going. And I'm following this, so I'm pushing this wedge in as he's... So, real quick pause. If it was just building, 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 you know that you're not moving that tree at all. And if it starts building a lot with you not jacking it, then you know it's sitting back. So,
Yep.
basically, you're losing pressure right now because...
We're losing pressure.
Because this tree's ready to go forward.
It's ready to go, yeah.
So let's just make sure that I'm all cut up where I want to be. Cool. I really don't care how thick the hinge is right there because it's moving over and it's already aimed the right way. So go ahead and let's finish her off.
Crank her over, okay.
Yep. And I'm just pushing this behind it. I'm keeping it right there in case something was to fail. Now at this point, that tree's leaning forward.
It's super far forward.
So I could cut it up the rest of the way, but let's just keep jacking. We can keep going until we see a red line right here. 4 inches we have on it.
Cool. It's incredible.
When that goes, will you just grab that saw so it doesn't fall out?
Yes, I will.
Thanks.
Oh, it's gonna go soon, I think.
Yeah, let's keep going. Also, the top of this can rotate with the tree. It's getting close.
Yep, I keep hearing it.
I do have a pretty thick hinge right now. Let me just look at the hinge real quick.
Yep.
It's still pretty thick over here. I'm a little under on this side, but it's a good like 6 inches over there. And what is it over here?
We just lost a bunch of pressure too. You got about 2 to 3 inches over here.
So it looks like it's still moving. Yeah, let's go a little more with it. Let's see if it'll go before I have to cut the tree up more.
Yep. I think we'll go just a little more.
Yeah.
That's almost it. Yeah, I'm having a hard time even keeping pressure on it now.
Yeah, perfect. If you see the red line here, we'll stop and I'll cut the tree up because we're pretty...
Okay. Almost there.
Let's see if we can get her over if I
know, I want to go. I'm gonna just pull some.
Okay, it's close. We'll see. Yeah, you can't even keep up with it at this point. Oh, goes. Nice, perfect.
Nice job, Tim. You see the end bounce
I
around?
saw that. It was
That
awesome.
was awesome.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah, you too, man.
There's a jack. It works like a charm.
That's sweet. I really like that.
Look at all that sap. That is thick.
Yeah, dude. That's incredible that we were able to do that with the jack.
Yeah, look how thick that is.
That's incredible.
The jack did not care.
It's really thick, but it's also a little below.
Yeah, and it's below, which makes it worse. So
that's awesome, man.
that's just how powerful the jack is. We didn't get that thing over what, like 3,000 psi?
No,
Not
it
even
did
that,
not
and
hit
it's
over
rated for
3,000.
15,000. We could have just jacked this thing all day with all kinds of weight.
Yeah, that's insane. I guess really the only thing you're running into is the height of it, you know, because it's only got the 4 inches.
Yep, so what you can do is once you've exceeded your height, let's say I got to that red line, I could stack a couple wedges and get them in there and let the tree on the wedges.
The jack down.
Then I could build another ledge with more wood and start over. And just keep going.
Clever. Wow, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Let's walk
There's
this.
a fit in here too.
Let's walk. Hey, Jake.
Hi.
Let's walk the stick and see how she looks. Get your butt down there. Super thick hinge. Pretty. Let's see if it landed where I thought it might.
Mark the neck.
That is a perfect fit. It didn't even go past the
The road. When I was over here and I videoed it, I thought it would be right here at this root ball. And we're just like, you know, 5-10 feet past it.
Dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, get it, Junus. Get it. Oh my
Get
god.
some jumps on that.
All right, guys. It was kind of noobish because that's only the second time I've used that jack. But it was good learning for me and for you guys. So hope you enjoyed.
And for me.
And for Junus.